Imagine a child, any child, your child. Now imagine a mysterious condition leaves your child unable to speak, profoundly withdrawn or highly aggressive, even a threat to others, perhaps unable to be toilet trained. A child who deserves better, a child with an entire life ahead. It could be one or many of countless symptoms, yet each is a manifestation of an autism spectrum disorder.
Our journey's kind of been quite mixed between family and friends. Lost a lot of friends, lost a lot of family.
Everybody came in and I was there by myself, and I sat there and they said to me, oh, well, yes, Megan is on the spectrum.
Yeah. I mean, it was devastating for our family.
Yeah.
Devastating. And also wondering, what will this mean for her in life? How will this get in her way? Will she have the chance to have a regular adulthood? Will she get married? Will she have kids? All those things that you wish and hope for your kids.
It's even things like going to Target, going to the grocery store. We would always have to schedule our life around when I could get 2 hours to go and run some errands. I couldn't even, the thought of even bringing Cole with me, it just wasn't possible. And it's not for lack of trying.
So we got the diagnosis and just started kind of utilizing the standard therapies that were available at the time in special ed. We did that for about 6 to 9 months, and I saw very little progress with Mark. And as time went on, I became increasingly concerned that, okay, we know he has autism, but we're really not making any progress.
We were in a situation where he was so aggressive and volatile at home. I mean, he was 5 at the time and would just walk around our furniture just hunched over and afraid of him.
It took me a year to really overcome and try to get myself out there and get the services that she needs.
Too often, and not so long ago, many parents of children with autism could only expect to eventually institutionalize their child. With autism, time is precious. By the time a child is 10, adequate care and therapy services are often lacking or missing entirely. A teen with autism without continual support stops progressing and even regresses. Before long, there is no future, and the greatest loss is what could have been. In 1995, a group of Minnesota parents experienced autism firsthand and formed a nonprofit organization now known as Autism Opportunities Foundation, AOF, dedicated to meeting the autism crisis head-on. The organization soon established the Minnesota Autism Center, which provides therapy services to families in 28 Minnesota counties. The Minnesota Autism Center employs over 200 highly trained therapists and professionals to meet this growing crisis. Children who could not speak are now finding their voices. Thanks to structured, intensive therapy, despair has been replaced by opportunity.
And so I started as a behavior therapist, worked my way up to the next level of a lead therapist, and I'm now a clinic supervisor. So I've seen all aspects of the company. I've seen at least 9 to 10 kids that I've worked with personally graduate from this program having lost their diagnosis. And I've seen 20 or 30 that have just improved their quality of life to a point the parents never thought was possible.
You can tell he's much more comfortable in his surroundings. He's much more aware of what's going on around him. He's much more engaged in life as a whole.
She loves it. She absolutely loves it. She knows everybody's name here. She knows all the kids. I mean, she is hi here, hi there.
The way I see him trying right now, maybe we'll start talking soon. He's saying some words now and he tells you some things that he wants. After a while, I think he will have full sentences.
You thought this could be this is our girl for the rest of our lives and we'll be with her, but now you think about it and you think we can work towards independence and her being a functioning citizen, and that's awesome.
For me, it's just not even an issue because this is where he needs to be. I would take him wherever he needed to go. I would drive him wherever he needed to be. He has very, very specific needs, and we just no doubt feel like they're going to be best met here.
I think we've been with Mac for 5 years, there's no way my son would have made the gains and accomplishments that he has without Mac. I think we would be prisoners in our own home.
My wife and I were given that diagnosis by one of the top developmental specialists in the Twin Cities saying, your son has autism, there's nothing we can do, he will be institutionalized by the time he's 10 or 11. And today he's 13, he's in 7th grade, he's on the honor roll.
I remember when we couldn't take my brother out in public, or I would be ashamed to take my brother out because I'd be afraid he'd scream or make a noise. And after my brother's at Mac now, I mean, I'm so proud of him. We go out all the time. We go to restaurants and go shopping, and it's fun now.
He used to just not talk a lot when he was a couple years back, and now he's just talking. He's learning more words, and he's just talking more, and he's sharing his stuff more, and he's playing with people more, and it's just helping his life.
Well, he really likes it when we snuggle with him on his beanbag or his bed and kind of tickle him and wrestle with him and stuff like that. I think he's really smiley. Every single time he laughs, he's really smiley.
Yet even as the Minnesota Autism Center offers children with autism a way forward, where will they go? As children with autism begin to reach early teenage years, age-appropriate services do not exist. Because of funding constraints and lack of specialized training, today's schools are not able to provide adequate services to children and adolescents with autism. The vast majority of children no longer receive the services they need after age 10. As study after study confirms, consistent intervention during teenage years is critical to long-term success. As young minds continue to grow and develop, educational therapies tailored toward this population must be developed and delivered. Yet, many hurdles still exist before we can change the lifetime trajectory for these children from a life of institutionalism into a life of independence and contribution to our society. In September of 2011, the Autism Opportunities Foundation will open the Mac School, offering the appropriate academic, behavioral, and social supports for children and adolescents with autism, serving grades 4th through 12th. The Mac School will be the only school of its kind in the nation. For the first time, children and adolescents with autism will have a resource to bridge the gap from early childhood to adulthood. Some might be surprised to learn there are no other schools of its kind, but that's what makes the Mac School so important.